got to go to Europe, Frank.
Why?
Well, I'm just reading this book that takes place in Paris, and it just reminded me of how fantastic it is.
I'd love to go to Europe.
What for? They're all snobs over there.
I just thought I'd like to see it someday.
No, it's way too expensive.
Well, depends on how you go.
Really? How'd you go?
Well, we went the expensive way, but there are other ways.
Oh, goodies.
I loved Paris, but my favorite place of all was Mazatlan.
What the hell is a Mazatlan?
It's in Mexico.
What'd you go there for?
Just to go.
I bet you got sick.
No,
Yeah, most people get sick.
Tony and I are lucky. We never get sick when we travel.
Oh, that's too bad. Probably do you some good if you did.
God, the beaches were pure white, weren't they, Tony? The water was crystal blue and the air was just unbelievable.
I'd love to go there.
Oh, no. It's too dangerous.
What do you mean too dangerous? It sounds wonderful.
No, Peg, we're city people. Our bodies wouldn't adapt to such a wonderful environment.
You know what was the biggest disappointment? Sri Lanka. It's gotten so commercial.
Can I give you guys a tip about travel?
Here it comes again, gang.
It's all hype. If those places were any good, they wouldn't have to advertise. You want to have a good holiday? You go downtown to one of those big hotels. Check in. Don't worry about your airline losing the luggage. You don't worry about some foreigner reaming you out in a weird language.
Does anybody else want to share a little philosophy?
Everybody travels now, Frank. It's no big deal.
Well, I travel a lot too. In fact, I haven't told you yet, but we're going to Lethbridge in March.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been finalized yet. I was keeping it as a surprise. Hallmark showing a new line.
Oh, Lethbridge in March. I hope I can take the culture shock.
Don't be putting Lethbridge down. I happen to know a couple from Lethbridge, and since they left, the place is much better.
I think you and Peggy should go to Europe, Frank.
What for? We got everything that they got, and it's not as old.
Just to get a new perspective on things. It doesn't hurt to know what's going on in the rest of the world.
I know plenty about what's going on in the rest of the world. In fact, I'm sick about it. You don't have to travel to find out about it. You kids, you're running all the time. I don't know what the hell for.
To see it while we're here. To be on our own. To be independent. To learn new things and to broaden our outlook.
My God, if you're going to be vague about this stuff, let's just drop it.
God, Frank, what was your youth like? You came from the generation of hippies, peace demonstrators, and love-ins.
Frank was born wearing a tie. Need I say more?
Responsibility.
What about it?
That's what I was born with. Not everybody had time for singing songs and carrying signs. Some of us were trying to raise a family. That's where my priorities were. It's like maybe I haven't traveled a lot of places or done a lot of things, but I know plenty about what's going on in the world. I watch the news, I read the papers, I know lots. I'm more than most people. Plenty about what's important and what isn't.
What is important, Frank?
Lots of things are important.
Health?
Health, yes, that's one of them. That's one of them.
Most older people choose that one first.
Older. What do you mean older?
She means older than her and Tony.
Right.
Let me tell you something about age. 20s, 30s, 40s, 80s. Age is meaningless. It's what's up here that counts. You were to ask me my age, I'd have to stop and think about it for a while.
That's because you're older. Your thinking process has slowed way down.
Well, I'll tell you something about my age then. 51.
53.
Whatever. Okay, so my age is wonderful. And I'll tell you why it's wonderful. Because the clouds have parted. And you begin to understand everything. Every little bit.
Every bit of what?
About life. About what's important. About what we're talking about.
Well, we know health is number one. What's two?
Oh, good Lord, I'm getting a headache here.
That comes under health.
Okay, I'll give you the list. The things that are important. A good job. A good wife. Good neighbors, good friends, and a good auto mechanic.
I call you on the auto mechanic.
Oh yeah, I put 50,000 K on my car last year.
Do you know what I find wrong with you, Frank?
If you value your life, you won't tell me.
Don't be a wet blanket, Frank. I have my own ideas, but I'd like a second opinion.
Your whole existence is right on the nose. Like, everything about you is black and white. There's no room for imagination or thought or intellectual growth.
Let me ask you something. Did you go to college?
Yes?
That was your first mistake.
You're a man without dreams, without poetry, without vision. It's an empty way to live. It's stupid. It's wasteful. It's pathetic.
Oh, listen to this guy. Drinks champagne, drives a Porsche, all the time living off a rich old man. Okay, wise guy. You want to know what I think is important? I'll tell you. You want to know?
Way to go, Frank. Take another shot at it.
I'd think it over first, Frank.
Inner peace.
I like it. It's a very zen beginning.
Inner peace. The feeling that everything is all right. Nothing that happens is life or death.
I'd quit now, Frank.
No anxieties, no fears, just me coming to terms with everything that's happened to what I've become. No worrying about the trials and the tribulations, the ups and downs, the suffering, just what I've become. And I'm not blaming anybody else for what's going on here. Me being who I am, a satisfied man, a man fulfilled, content, spend the rest of his days watching the passing parade. And you, Peg, are a big part of that contentment. You helped me find it, you helped me keep it, and I thank you for that.
I don't know why. Suddenly I'm depressed.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
Well, Frank, it's obvious to me. Your life, it's shit.
I said shit. Shit! I'll tell you what's important. What's important is I hurt you.
He's killing him!
This is healthy, Frank. This is exactly the way I acted when my shrink said things I didn't want to hear.
Shrink? You think I need a shrink?
I think everyone could use some help, Frank. I believe in getting help. Help!
Let him go, Frank!
No, I'm gonna get him, then I'm gonna get her, and then I'm going home to get the kids.
Boy, Frank, having a meaningful conversation with you is murder.
Tony was just trying to help.
Help with what?
Help you two understand your lives better. It's obvious you're having problems.
Problems? Bedtime!
Frank.
Bedtime, or I part your hair with this log.
Oh, come on, Jill. It's getting late anyway.
Well, it was really another terrific day.